work on my bike. Can you teach me about tools?
Heck yeah! Let's go check out the bike tools.
Yay!
It's Shop Talk. I'm Spencer.
I'm Bruce.
This is Shop Talk. Does everybody know what time it is?
What?
It's tool time, like Home Improvement, you know, the show from We're gonna talk about the ultimate bike tool kit. Can you dig that?
Yeah.
All right, good, let's do it then.
First thing we're going to talk about are the essential bike tools.
That's right, Bruce. Every human being with a bike should have a set of metric Allen wrenches.
Yeah, Allen wrenches are great. They work on everything on your bike, from the cockpit all the way back to the drivetrain. If you got through axles, pedals, your saddle, everything.
Exactly.
And you got a lot of options. You can do, these basic L-shaped wrenches, or you can get some fancy T-handles, and act like a pro.
Spinners. My choice for Allen wrenches is this fancy silk cassette. It's a little more expensive than most. It comes in a nice wooden box, but in addition to all the Allen wrenches, it also has bits for Torx head bolts, and it even has bits for screwdrivers. So
Very
you really
cool.
do it all.
This is very...
Watch your fingers. Second essential tool is a floor pump.
Yeah, this one's pretty obvious. If you don't have a floor pump, you're not going to be able to inflate your tires.
Exactly. Don't bother messing with your mini pump that you might bring on rides. It's always easier to have a dedicated floor pump in your shop, especially when it has a handy dandy gauge so you can make sure you get the right PSI in those tires. Oh, what's that little guy?
Well, this, Spencer, is a Torx wrench, specifically a T25, the most common Torx size you'll find on a bike.
It might look like an Allen wrench, but in fact it has these little spiky bits around its star-shaped wrench. Supposedly helps avoid rounding out bolt heads. You can tell it's a Torx wrench
because of the way it is.
Exactly. You'll find it on a good number of bike components out there in the world, so handy to have one.
That's pretty neat.
Finally, maybe a pair of tire levers for your basic toolkit.
Yeah, and, if you got some beefy hands, maybe you don't need them, but they do make changing tires a lot easier.
Okay, you've got your basic tools. Maybe it's time to try a DIY project at home. Here's some advanced tools you might consider for your bike toolkit.
The first thing we have are cassette tools.
If you need to take your cassette off to clean it, or maybe you're going to replace it with one of a different size, can't do it without these.
Yeah, a chain whip and a lock ring tool.
Is it time for a fresh chain? If so, you will need some chain tools.
Yeah, we have a chain breaker here, but a lot of modern chains now use quick links, so you could get away with just some quick link pliers. Next is a bottom bracket tool.
God help you if you have to take your bottom bracket out, but if you do, it won't happen without one of these spline tools. And there are many types of bottom bracket tools out there. God, so many bottom bracket standards. Bike-specific cable cutters.
Yeah, you might be tempted to use some basic wire cutters, but they actually work a lot better.
And that's because the blades encircle the entire cable or housing, ensuring a very clean cut.
Here we have a hydraulic disc brake bleed kit.
Remember, you've got different kinds. You've got a dot bleed kit for SRAM brakes, mineral oil for Shimano brakes. Get the right one for your setup, and don't be scared. It's not as hard as it looks.
Yeah, even I can do it.
Disc brake rotor truing tool.
Yeah, brake rotors, they can warp or get bent. This will get them straight again so they're not rubbing and driving you crazy. And if you have center lock rotors, you're gonna need some tools to remove them.
The good news is these do double duty. This is the same tool you saw earlier that removes the lock ring of your cassette, and this is a bottom bracket tool for some kinds of bottom brackets.
Yeah, usually it's one or the other. If you're tightening down bolts on your bike, it's a good idea to use a torque wrench.
Definitely is, Bruce. This small T-handle one will cover nearly every fastener on your bike.
This little thing is adjustable from 4 to 6 Newton meters, and it's got some interchangeable bits for different bolt sizes too.
But if you want to go crazy, you can get something more advanced, like this Park Tool ratcheting torque wrench. Bottom line is, all the different fasteners have different sizes, different torque specs, so just be careful. Finally, a repair stand.
Yeah, if you're gonna do a lot of work on your bike, this makes life a lot easier, gets your bike off the ground.
I love this Feedback Sports model because it's super light, folds up nice and small, really easy to use.
And it's red.
It's red.
Yeah.
Well, Bruce, we went pretty deep on tools there.
Yeah, we did, but you know what? The mechanics here at TPC, they have some really interesting tools too.
Exactly, and we're gonna check them out right now. Clint, are you like checking people's reflexes with that? Something like that?
You know, Bruce has knees, I can't confirm. So this is an Aberis carbon tap hammer. This is actually from a space age company called Aberis, and they train people on how to figure out if there's carbon kind of differences in the layup. So we use this to check and tap like that on anything carbon that we find suspicious. So if there's a little crack or something in the carbon, we'll tap on this. If we get a different sound that comes back to us, then we can confirm that there's some sort of structural void in there, and then we know that it's broken. So this is a pretty cool tool. That's an all-in-one B-gap tool. So if you see here, you've got a measurement 2 all the way through 24 millimeters. And on the back, you actually have this little chart that says axis mountain, mechanical 1x, axis road, and it shows you how much the B-gap should be. It also has our logo on it, which is pretty cool, which means it's special to us.
This is probably the world's nicest derailleur hanger adjustment tool.
It is. We call this one the HAG, the Hanger Alignment Gauge, and this is from Abbey Tools. So it goes up and down here to help you align your derailleur hanger and make sure that it's not bent to one side or bent to the other side. And if you're a mechanic, it's just so pleasing. Like, it twists super easily. Everything is just built beautifully. Talk about the water bottle holder.
Oh, what's that for?
Holding water bottles.
Well, there's a lot of tools out there. It's easy to get a little overwhelmed, but don't worry.
Yeah, just start with the essentials that we mentioned. They will work on most bikes.
That's right. Give it a shot, do your research. It's not as hard as it looks.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Tell us about your favorite bike tool.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
All right, let's see if we can find Clint. I think he's kind of our guy to
You
help.
want to know what the most useless tool in my garage is?
What?
Me.
That's one for the outtakes.